Hey, Sooner football fans. It's the Sooner Football Fans podcast. And we're at Louis on Thursday night, or it's Thursday night at Louis. You got Terry and Rob, Boomer Terry. And hanging out on the sides over there is the man himself, JD, from the band Iron Glide. You might hear his voice pop.
Hi, fellas.
So, on our bumper music, it's JD's band. That's playing the song on our bumper music on our podcast, so check them out.
I keep telling them that I play a mean air guitar, but they're not interested. Not interested at all. So I'm just saying.
But so much to talk about today, Rob.
A lot to talk about.
Sooners end up, depending on who you think of, or who you listen to, 4, 5, or 6 in the recruiting class, blah 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 blah, recruiting, blah blah blah, recruiting, blah 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 blah.
I'm okay with 5 or 6 or whatever, as long as we win the Big 12.
No. Bob Stoops is now the general manager and coach of the XFL Dallas team.
What's their mascot?
They don't have one yet.
They don't have one yet?
No. So I'm going to let you run for a while on that one.
Well,
what are your thoughts?
Well, immediately he becomes the best coach in Texas. Am I right? Immediately. I mean, you know, Jason Garrett and what's the Mad Kisser from Texas? They're all under him now.
Yeah.
So Bob's immediately the best coach in Texas.
Good point, Rob. I hadn't thought about that point.
So is the team brand new? Is that what's up?
Yes, it's brand new. The league is brand new. They don't even have a name for them yet.
Well, see, I'm not even I don't know that I've ever watched an XFL game. So, but I probably will. I probably will now, for sure.
Why? Just because it's Bob Stoops?
No, because it's football.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
And I am a fan of football.
But it's the XFL last time failed miserably.
Well, that's because what's the guy that was running it last time? The wrestling guy?
He's still running it.
Oh, he's still running. Okay. Well, Vince McMahon. So I don't know that. I'm obviously wasn't a fan then.
Well, here's the problem with the XFL. Okay, now unless they've changed, I heard part of the deal with Bob today. Unless they've changed some of their theories, they want to compete with the NFL. You're not going to compete with the NFL.
Well, if I remember rightly, didn't they have all these motion rules where a guy could line up like 30 yards and just take off?
Tried to change rules.
Yeah, they need to stop that.
You know, it was worse than the USFL, and the USFL was pretty viable at times, but the USFL's problem was they went up against the NFL.
Well, yeah, well, they're not going to beat the NFL.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen.
It's like, you know, the doctor on concussion said, you know, the NFL... You know, you're going up a dynasty that took a day away from the church. Okay. I mean, you're not going to change the NFL, and the XFL on their website actually says football reborn.
Okay.
You're not going to rebirth
football. It's a different season, right? They're not going to compete with primetime NFL from September, whenever football starts, through January. They're in a different month,
right?
So it's in a time when we're craving some football.
Yeah.
I think we're scraping together everything that we can do to
talk football.
We talk football. So I think that there will be kids go there that we know, probably some Sooners, some local kids maybe, who knows.
Yeah.
And hopefully they don't make a bunch of goofy rules where it's still football and we can watch it and we can have football year round.
Yeah. Well, see, that's a great segue, Rob, because that's already happening right now.
Oh.
The Alliance of American Football, is a football league that starts this Saturday. Haven't heard a lot. I mean, I've kind of looked at it, haven't heard a lot about it, but it is exactly what you said. They're not trying to compete with the NFL. It starts this Saturday. They have 8 teams. They're in mid-market areas: San Diego, Memphis, Salt Lake City, Orlando. Hey, let me I got my little laptop over here at the side.
Well, I can tell you this. I've seen some of the helmets, and I was, fairly impressed with some of the designs. They look pretty cool. So
the teams: the Arizona Hotshots. General manager is Phil Savage. Head coach is Rick Neuheisel. Guess who their quarterback is? Trevor Knight.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm going to watch that.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch that.
Okay, the Atlanta Legends.
Atlanta Legends.
General Manager Bill Devaney. I'm pretty sure he's probably related to Bob.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Head coach Kevin Coyle.
He was at.
Yeah, I had all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we're not reporters. We leave our notes.
Yeah.
Where we're not supposed to.
I don't even have notes, so.
Here's another name I like, the Birmingham Iron.
The Birmingham Iron.
Okay.
Hey, I'm all right.
General Manager Chuck Pendry. Head coach Tim Lewis. He's coached in the NFL. Name I'm not too happy with, the Memphis Express.
The Memphis Express.
Head coach.
Except
Mike
because the FedEx is there?
Mike Singletary. Mike Singletary is the coach.
He is.
Yeah, he coached, with the 49ers and stuff.
Yeah. I'm probably going to watch that too.
The Orlando Apollos.
Okay. Man, they really stretched out there for that one.
Head coach Steve Spurrier.
The old ball coach.
Salt Lake Stallions. Head coach Dennis Erickson.
Man, they got some big time coaches in there.
San Antonio Commanders. Head coach Mike Riley. He is the. I believe it's. If I'm thinking he's the. He is the Rams when they had the Greatest Show on Turf.
Oh, okay.
That's him.
Yeah.
He's got Zach Sanchez from the Sooners and Eric Wren.
Wow.
So there's two Sooners there.
So I'm going to watch them as well.
Another team I like, the name, San Diego Fleet.
The Fleet?
Yeah.
But no name for Dallas.
There's not one for that. The AAF doesn't have Dallas.
Okay, so.
The XFL does.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So now are you a Dallas fan?
No.
Hey, Bob Stoops is there. You're not going to be a fan?
No, I'm not.
I think he's lying.
No. But also, guess who the general manager for the San Antonio Commanders is?
I don't know.
You can't read it, can you?
No.
I can barely read it. Daryl Moose Johnston.
Well, you got to be a fan of that, don't you?
That's why he got out of, he's not commentating this year because he's running that.
Nice.
But what they have done, they're paying the players between $75,000 and $250,000 a year. It is 4 players who are on that cusp. You know what I mean? Guys that a little bit more development, they could be in the NFL. Guys that just recently get cut. You've seen Hard Knocks when they go in there and they turn in their playbook. There you go, coach. Hey, buddy, we just called the Memphis Express. Go down and talk to the Memphis. We're going to get you on there. Maybe you need a little bit more development, and it's in this late winter, early spring.
Well, it would make sense for the NFL to invest in this as a developmental league. I mean, absolutely.
You can watch the games on CBS and the NFL Network.
There you go.
The NFL is promoting this league because they're not trying to compete. They're saying, hey, here is another football during the off season that is sellable.
Absolutely, it is.
The one thing I don't like about the XFL too is they're in all the major markets. Okay, they're in Dallas, they're in Houston, they're in LA, they're in New York. Stay out of the. I think that these leagues like this should go for the Memphises, the Oklahoma Cities. Build a 20,000 seat stadium with room to expand and go.
Yeah. It'd be hard to compete with the Sooners here, but it would be in off season. So
okay, if Oklahoma had a team,
yeah, we'd go.
This Saturday night,
we'd go.
We would go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And probably a quarter of that stadium would go.
Oh yeah.
And
as long as we weren't orange.
Yeah, if we weren't orange.
Am I right?
That's true. But if you put, and I remember when the Oklahoma Outlaws were here, they played in Skelly Stadium.
Yeah.
Man, they had Doug Williams was their quarterback. They had some good guys, some really good players. But give a product out there that is not the NFL, but is high quality in markets that will support it, and it'll work. Like I said, most of the people that I know that watch our podcast, watch our YouTube, listen to it, and our friends, if you said season tickets to go watch the Oklahoma City whatever we are, Mad Dogs or whatever. Season tickets are $250 for 5 games. Would you not?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'd be there.
Make it fun. Get out there and.
Well, they'd probably ask us to coach.
Well, really, yeah. That'd be the problem too. Either player coaches would be,
Yeah.
I mean, it would be the.
Noted.
You forgot the joke.
But it's. I've got a bad taste in my mouth with the XFL. Period. I don't want anything, and I know people are disgruntled with the NFL and all these things going on. You're not going to replace it.
No, absolutely not.
Give us something that is.
It's a big business.
Give us something that, like you said, during the off season, that I would love for the NCAA to have from spring game to July to have 7-on-7s. I mean, like the high
Yeah, we'd
school.
watch that too.
Hey, it's no tackle, do it flag, just these 7-on-7 routes. People would watch that. People would show up.
Absolutely.
Would you show up for that, JD?
Well,
I'm sorry, the what?
You're not even listening to us?
I was reading about the AAF.
I don't think that's something they can do NCAA-wise. I think there's some laws against that. But
Yeah. But, I mean, I put out a poll, and I was listening to some of the radio stations. A lot of the stations were surprised that there wasn't as much excitement of Bob going to the XFL as what a lot of people thought. There has been, but now if Bob and if they announced that Bob was going to be the coach of the Arizona Hotshots or the Memphis, one of these teams, you know what I mean? That is,
you're just a Dallas hater.
No, I'm not. Has nothing to do with that. Or even if it was the AAF, the Arlington Aardvarks. Okay, if he was the coach, I just don't think the XFL is going to be viable. That's my deal. It has nothing to do with Dallas. Is if he was the general manager and a coach at, I say if they had a team down there, the Arlington Aardvarks, I'd be all for it. Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan because they're in Texas, and that's because that's against our religion.
Right.
But even though you like the Texas Rangers and the Dallas Cowboys,
well, I was born in Texas. I mean, I get to root for whoever I want.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Midland.
Okay. Bob may be announcing his retirement from the Sooner Football Fans podcast after a corporate meeting later on tonight. But no.
We're also going to discuss my raise.
Unless you found somebody to give you a back rub, a neck rub.
Well, so far no, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be in my benefits package.
So anyway, that's kind of the news. We'll talk about it more as the season goes on. We'll have sorry folks, earlier this week we didn't have any podcasts come out. I was a little bit under the weather. I had the plague,
sissy,
or the starting of the plague or something. We had to reschedule some stuff, but we reached out to some fans that were on the podcast last year that are going to be on it. They're coming up in the next couple of weeks, and we've had new fans line up. So,
excellent.
We will start that probably rolling out next week.
Get them on here and get things rolling.
Yeah. So
geared up for the spring game.
So what else is going on, Rob?
Nothing.
No. Did you go out and play golf today?
No.
No? Bright sunshiny?
No, it wasn't.
No.
No, I was stuck in the office all day, but at least it was warm in there.
So
how about you?
It was rough getting out of bed this morning, but I got out, got to work and did my thing and came here for the podcast. So anyway, I think that's about it. I think we gave our 2 cents about the XFL, and Rob made the most excellent point of the day. Bob Stoops is now the best coach in Texas.
The best coach in Texas right now,
and hasn't even coached a game.
Not one game
yet,
but. Yeah.
I'm still not happy about the XFL, me personally. I'm really interested to see how this American Alliance of Football turns out. I think it's going to be something that everybody can buy into.
I've already bought in.
Yeah. So Saturday and Sunday night. Saturday night games are on CBS and Sunday night games are on the NFL Network. So, and there's only 4 games a weekend. So
I'd watch it. I mean, if I'd watch it over just about anything else that's on TV.
Well, don't you watch watch the Champions League?
I would if it was on. I'm not gonna lie, I would watch it. It's football. I mean, I'd watch it over pro basketball just in a second.
For multiple reasons.
Well, I would watch. Okay, so baseball really is one of my. It's probably my favorite sport. I love baseball. I always have. So I will watch a pro game when everybody else is bored out of their mind. I will be hanging on every pitch.
Yeah.
So, but sports. It's better than anything else that could be on.
Yeah.
So, whatever you guys watch, I don't know, Price is Right or whatever.
So you watch the Champions League. Who's your favorite team on the Champions?
I don't know. Are they still a league? Because I haven't
I think they're during the summer.
Oh, well, they are.
Yeah.
Well, do they televise them? Because I haven't seen any.
No. You'll have to.
They need to start, advertising and stuff. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite player? Can you describe your favorite player?
Oh boy. Here we go.
Just asking for the fans out there.
It's football.
It's football. Okay. Anyway, we've done enough damage for the day. Thanks for joining us. Watch for our podcast. Remember, we are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma.
But we do have eligibility left.
Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.